Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for the start of the second of the 6 games that we will be featuring as part of the Elite 6 series. A few days ago, we started with a Let's Play of Metroid, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary, and this time around we are celebrating Sonic the Hedgehog, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary. And this game, of course, was largely responsible for helping to give Sega greater notoriety and to help give it a significant console war with Nintendo during the 90s. And so figured we would take the opportunity to celebrate this game as part of the Elite 6 series, and so I hope that everyone will have the opportunity to enjoy this game, and if you are a Sonic fan, I know that you definitely will. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this, but this is actually not the first time I'm attempting to record this, and I'll explain why in a moment. After we listen to one of the most awesome sound bites ever in any video game. But yeah, I am trying this again. This is like a few times that I've had to get this recorded because of all the Sonic the Hedgehog games, my family owned most of the games for Sonic for the Sega Genesis, but we never owned the original. And so because of that, we did not... by the way, I'll explain things as we go along. Of course, for those of you unfamiliar with Sonic the Hedgehog, that star box you saw me get, it's like a star Bane in Super Mario. You are invincible from it. You collect rings in order to get yourself more. If you collect 100 of them, you get an extra life. And it's one of only 2 ways that you can get an extra life in this game. The other is to find an item box that has Sonic's face on it. Those things give you 10 rings. But yeah, as I was mentioning before, the reason why I'm trying this again is because this is the game that, as I said, my family did not own this one. And so because of it, I'm the least experienced on this one. And wow, I got away from one there. And so because of that, I'm having to play this a few times because anyone who's ever played this game will know that when you jump in that ring, you get to go to this game's special stage, and it's the only way you can get any of the Chaos Emeralds. And there are 6 of them as opposed to 7 in all subsequent Sonic the Hedgehog games. And anyone who's ever played this will agree with me that this version of the special stage in Sonic the Hedgehog, among all the Genesis games, is by far the hardest. And so, suffice it to say, I've failed a few times trying to get some, not just this Chaos Emerald, but also the one that comes after it. Just to make sure that, because I wanted to be able to get the, well, let's make sure we get this one first. I wanted to be able to make sure that I at least got the first 2 emeralds successfully, because stage 2 in particular is really hard. The second special stage in this game is particularly hard, because you can easily just get into a situation where you just fall through everything and you end up going through an exit gate. You probably didn't... I don't think you saw any of those, but yeah, if you take a wrong turn and you end up going through an exit gate, you don't get the Chaos Emerald. So yeah, that can definitely be frustrating. That item box right there gives me a bit of shield protection, so I can take a hit without losing my rings. And yeah, unlike Mario, in Sonic the Hedgehog, if you take a hit, you lose all your rings. You don't get to keep them like you would keep your coins in Sonic or in Mario. I've never been able to get this one free life here, and I really don't know how to get to it. And that's really frustrating. I wish I knew how to get up there, and maybe if someone's played this before, you can leave in the comments and tell me how the heck I'm supposed to get that extra life. Like, I know how to get the one that's in a similar situation in Act 3, and that's another difference between this game and the other Sonic the Hedgehog games, is that each stage has 3 acts, unlike 2 in the subsequent Sonic the Hedgehog games for the Genesis. Yeah, I'm almost close to getting a free life, and there's another one. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, how's that for an awesome jump? But yeah, now we're gonna take on the special stage that has forced me to stop recording a few times. Let's hope I don't screw up this time. Because yeah, there are exit points so close by, and there are so many of them. And this is where I really struggle, because this particular crossroad that I'm coming into, you can just fall through everything and plop right onto an exit gate. Thankfully, I missed this time. But I gotta get myself over now. And right over here, there we go. Now it's just a matter of getting the Chaos Emerald. Yeah, I fell through that one section more than a few times. But I'm so glad that I finally got it out of the way. Yeah, I had practiced before starting this Let's Play. And yeah, that stage definitely was a frustration. Or rather, this stage was a frustration, but thankfully I got it on my first try this time, and we can keep going. Now that I've gotten that out of my system, let's try and focus on completing Green Hill. Because I haven't been talking much about Green Hill yet. Because if you've been listening to the music, it's probably the most iconic that comes with Sonic the Hedgehog games. Well, except for maybe the City Escape music from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Because that really was the last great Sonic the Hedgehog game before the franchise tanked. But I'm not here to judge, because this is the Elite 6 series, and we're honoring the game that helped put this franchise on the map. And this game is very much loved, still to this very day. And I want to make sure that I can at least get 100 rings. Whoa! Yeah, proof of the shield protecting me. But yeah, I really want to get this one up right here. That's the only way you can get that one. And I also want to get 100 rings. I want to make sure that I can at least get 100 rings now. This part is always nervous. Gotta walk along with the spikes as they go. Yeah, that's something you don't see in Super Mario. That's another thing that helped set this game apart from Mario as well. This will put me over the top. So now I got another extra life. You can, if you're able to get 200 rings, you can get another one, but, well, yeah, that was a bit close. Yeah, if you can get fortunate enough to get 200 rings, you'll get another extra life. But yeah, if I lose the rings now, it doesn't matter because I got the extra life. I got what I came for. And sure, why not 10 more rings? Because why not? Alright. So now it's time for the first appearance of the man, known these days as Eggman, but was known back in the day as Dr. Robotnik. And in this first battle against him, we're just trying to avoid his big-ass pendulum. And when his back is turned, and that's pretty much how it goes. And so then he flies away. We end up finishing by breaking this capsule and setting all the animals that were inside free. And so there it is. Green Hill Zone of Sonic the Hedgehog is completed, at long last, for me at least.